You do need a light bulb.
It would be really funny if there was a clap on. You're like, oh,
yeah. I want a neon light that says Third Opinion Podcast. Light eventually. There's no way we're going to be able to get that.
That's going to be super cool.
Like $1,000 for one?
I don't even know how one would get that created.
I don't either.
A professional light engine. I don't even know what do you call somebody that makes lights?
I have no idea.
I don't
Light
know.
engineer?
A bulbist? I don't know.
A bulbist?
A watologist?
Oh boy. Alright.
Excuse me, it's light bulb, Mr. Excuse me, light bulb doctor. Pardon me, that's a watologist.
What? Yeah.
Illuminarian.
Illuminary. Ooh, illuminist?
It's a religion. We worship light bulbs.
We worship light bulbs, yeah.
We worship the Almighty Lumen.
Almighty Lumen.
We were but the candles to his
Our God is 1,000 lumens.
iridescent glory. Solar is their pope.
Yeah, he is.
They're making a solar amiibo.
Dude, I really want to buy it. I don't have anything to use amiibos, but I really want to buy it.
It comes out in March. May. In the 11th.
I'm excited.
Alright, ready? The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. 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 We'll figure out something to talk about besides the... or it's probably just going to be only that.
I mean, that's a big part of it. We can
So 28.
do the update on the...
Yep. Oh,
do the update on the one thing. And we gotta talk about the new meme.
Oh, man. Memes are good. We'll talk about meme. Ooh, I can talk about Sea of Thieves also. I played that beta.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Be a good time. Be a good time. Be a good time.
Andrew said whenever he gets more time, he'll make us an actual theme song.
Every time.
That is not just a cover.
Time some more gets, maybe he can stop smelling his own armpits and maybe he'll actually do something with his life. I don't know where that. I don't really know where that went.
Man, all right. Well, I'm just gonna play this song instead. Hey, cut that out. I'm playing this for the intro.
Make them go to grade school for.
Oh, I love those also. Those are also
This
great.
is the one I was talking about.
Okay.
What do you think I was talking about?
Wait, what did you say it was?
It's only a group meme.
Group meme. Oh, I don't know why I thought you were talking of the Groot from Guardians.
Isn't his name Groot too? Or what's his name?
It might
Gru.
be Gru.
Gru.
Is it Gru?
It's Gru.
Okay.
Make them go to grade school for 12 years.
Those are good memes. There are actually.
Then
that's funny because
make them go to college for 48 years. Then don't give them jobs. Then don't give them jobs.
Yeah, there actually are new Groot memes from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that's why I haven't seen those.
There are like a couple.
I like these Groot.
But
memes,
I love
so
the Groot memes.
really
All right,
fun.
ready? Here we go.
I think they just started a day or two ago.
They started like last night. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're so cute. All right, ready?
He burrited himself.
Good dog. Ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Welcome to a Third Opinion podcast. Ethan. This one's really just relaxing.
Welcome to nap time.
I couldn't find the intro song. So.
I'm still a shambling corpse.
But you sound better, and that's
I'm just kidding. I'm no longer shambling.
that's good.
I'm really just a corpse now.
A corpse man.
Little corpse boy.
Ethan. So besides that, how have you been?
I'm good. I have been fighting the snots all week, but I fought the snots and the snots won.
The psycho snots.
Yes. No. Yeah. No. Oh, but really, let's be serious now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
No. But really, they won pretty hard this week. But I'm doing better, feeling better, sounding better, sleeping better. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But my overall.
So it is
all
allergies. It's just bad.
Yeah, just
Big
sinuses, apparently. I went to the doctor.
They'll do it to you.
Got
I'll
a
tell
shot
you.
in the caboose. Steroid shot in the caboose.
Yeah, that'll make you feel way better.
Yep.
Did you immediately just
Dr.
pick up the table and
That doctor lady, or the nurse practitioner, whatever she was, I think she's a nurse practitioner.
woman,
She
medical woman?
sat me down and gave me like a 15-minute lecture on what I should be doing to fight these allergies. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm already taking this medicine. I'm already drinking my 2 bladders full worth of water
Yeah, no water.
a day.
You already drinking.
What
water.
else do you want from me?
There's nothing
lady?
else much you could do from that.
She's like, next time you should start taking this 2 weeks before allergy season. I'm like, there's no scheduled day the allergy season starts. So unless you want to call me and tell me when I should start taking this, then I'm going to stick with what I got, okay?
But thank you for taking my money and telling me what to do.
But now please give me the shot in my caboose so we can move on. That's why I'm here. This is the only reason I'm here and giving you $35. After my hour and a half wait.
The horn is back, by the way. I finally was like, oh, you know what? We haven't done for the past couple episodes. The ridiculous noise that everybody loves. Wait, hold on a second. Today's episode, we're recording it March 11th, 2018, 5/20, whatever. Episode 28. Welcome back to Third Opinion Podcast. So Ethan, you had a really interesting topic that you wanted to discuss beforehand.
Elisha,
That you brought it beforehand.
So-
to discuss.
I watched, I think I mentioned this before, but I watched The Altered Carbon, which is a cool show on Netflix. It is very much rated R. If you are under the age of viewing requirements, cease and desist.
Don't watch it.
Do not watch. It is a rough time. It is very violent, like grotesquely so.
Ooh, like more than Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Oh yeah, wait, like
I might not be able
it's
to
like-
watch it then.
It's like Tarantino violent.
But that's goofy violent.
no,
in
this
in
is
some
like
ways.
if Tarantino did serious violence.
Ooh, all right. I'll have to probably.
It's some serious murder violence, and it's got some really dark
dark themes.
undertones. It's not.
I'm
It's not
a big fan of
happy
dark undertones and dark
time.
themes.
But it's good.
Dark
I
themes.
really enjoy it. Enjoyed it. First season came out. I think it was in February. I believe it was. I think it was back in February. Might have been in January.
And it's on Netflix.
Netflix, Altered Carbon.
Netflix is really putting out some good shows.
They surprisingly it wasn't reviewed like crazy well. But I really enjoyed it. It seemed to be, one way or the other. Like you really liked it or you really didn't, So it's got a 8.3 on IMDb, which is great. Which is what I give it. I give it about an 8. Maybe 7.5. It's got a 65% on Rotten Tomatoes though.
That's not the best.
No.
But it's still like better than some.
And 64% on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's a bit low. I feel like it's a solid 7 at least.
Yeah.
Which I think that's solid television, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, so the show itself, the premise is, the long and short of, I'll give you the short version.
Yeah.
Because the version I gave you was a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Long and short, it's set in the future. And you have these chips or these little, set 300 years in the future.
The future from now?
Future from now.
Okay.
Yes. At some point, people have found an alien race.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. Gain the ability to travel intergalactic, interplanetary.
Yeah.
Super cool. So there's colonies and stuff all across different planets. And
Yeah.
They terraform and
Yeah.
they can do all kinds of cool stuff. But the interesting part to me was they have these little chip things. They look like little hexagons in the back of their necks. Kind of like the base of where your spine and your brain kind of meet.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
it controls your nerves, basically.
no, not
Or
really.
it's- or
It's
it's
just kind
like-
of
it's like-
connected
it's
right
click-
there.
yeah.
That's just kind of where it is.
Yeah, connected to your nerves.
Just kind of like right there in the nape of your neck, if you will.
Yeah.
But what they do with those is they are able to digitize your consciousness, which is interesting to me. And essentially, when people die, they can just stick them in new bodies. However, if you go to too many bodies, like that aren't your regular body, because they have clones in the future.
Okay. So they clone a person.
They can clone people.
So there are multiples of one person. Or is it just extra
so you can
people?
make multiples of yourself, basically.
Okay.
The richest people have multiples of their own self.
Okay.
Because they don't get the same rejection as like if they are placed in another body.
Okay.
Like in a different body.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like when you do like a lung, like any kind of transplant.
So that makes sense. Yeah.
Like you get some rejection. You know.
Yeah.
And if you do it too many times, basically your mind kind of fries itself.
So it's kind of like the whole copying VHS thing. Like it eventually degrades into you can't tell what
essentially.
Generation degrade. Or whatever.
Basically, more or less. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very interesting thing. I don't think that'll ever be possible, or
maybe not.
I don't think that'll ever happen. I think that's too science fiction.
It might be. Well, I mean, you're pretty decent at predicting the future because Black Panther, as it stands, let's go back to the 2018 bingo card.
You can call me Ethan Damas.
Ethan Damas. Nostra Duncan.
Nostra Duncan.
Nostra Duncan's way better.
Nostra Duncan.
Black Panther is like at $1 billion.
It's getting there.
So it's not only. Yay, Andrew and Leighton showed up for the program. Have a seat,
small
boys.
Boy creeping.
Have a seat, boys.
Garage.
Andrew, you see where Black Panther like reached $1 billion or whatever?
We're breaching.
It's reached $1 billion, so it's like in the top. Hello, Leighton. It's in the top like.
What is it? Top 15, 20?
Top 10.
10?
It's like getting top 5 now. It's getting close to top 5.
I'm thinking it might peak.
Number 1?
Might peak.
It might be number 1.
What is number 1?
Number 1 is Titanic still, or Avatar. Is it Avatar or?
Gone with the Wind if you adjust for inflation.
Well, not adjusting for inflation.
Which is arguably a better movie.
Might be Titanic, might be Avatar.
It's Titanic or Avatar.
Yeah,
I know The Force Awakens is like in the top 5.
I'm gonna look that up.
And then Rogue One, it beat Rogue One already, Black Panther. But what I thought was crazy is that 6 of the 10 movies on there are Disney owned or Disney property.
No, yeah, especially and they're all within the last like
Disney's loaded.
10 years.
Disney everything.
Can you be like your bald band leader that sits in the corner and like
Yeah.
Yes.
dialogue?
You're the peanuts to our gallery.
We have pretzels and I don't have any drinks. Sorry. Or there's 2 root beers in there.
The man has a drink
Anyway,
and a taco. Or a
there's 2
burrito.
Is that the menu fridge?
A burrito.
So back to the show.
Anyway,
So-
back to your regular schedule program.
Back to the registry program.
Anyway, but I thought that concept was really interesting.
That is an interesting concept
I
because I don't think that it might not be possible ever.
really don't think it'll be possible, but I feel like it raises a lot of
It raises more ethical questions than it
Ethical
does
and-
like is it possible questions.
philosophical questions.
Yeah.
You know. I was like,
So wait, so-
I prescribe myself as fairly religious.
Yeah.
So like that whole, and that's another thing in the show. Like
Yeah.
you have people that are like they won't be, like they sign a form or a thing where it basically says we don't want to be brought back.
Okay. All right.
Because we will, it's like against our religion.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
well, and that kind of already exists. Like if there's an elderly person or whatever that has a condition, and
Yeah.
if they collapse, they die, or well, not die, but if they collapse or something, and whoever's with them will have a thing that says "Do not resuscitate."
yeah.
And we had to learn that whenever we took our first aid and CPR class. That was like, if it says "Do not resuscitate" or "Do not like try to help," that means don't, because that means that they don't want to be brought back. And I was like, it's kind of morbid, but it makes sense.
So, but I don't know. I thought that was really interesting, especially with the fact, like one of the main characters, she makes a point of like, well, why shouldn't we be able to bring him back at least to
Ask them.
like in the case of like murders and crimes?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like why shouldn't that be?
You'd
a
think they
clause?
would get rid of crimes at that point if they've gotten that far advanced.
Oh, well, so the problem kind of being with, since everybody lives so long,
yeah.
Everybody's basically like, well, there's
no point in following.
there's nothing to do, because like I mean, like if you live like 300 years, I mean, you're gonna have done everything within your first lifetime.
Oh, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
relatively speaking, at least. Unless you like pick up like productive things, but I mean, who's gonna do that? You know what I mean? I don't know. But that's kind of the argument they make, which I was like, I guess.
Yeah.
But the one guy, he's been around for I think it was like 300 years, like 350 years or something.
But it takes place like in 2318 or whatever.
Something like that, I think.
Andrew, doesn't Elite Dangerous take place in 3308 or 3108?
Yes, maybe.
Elite Dangerous is a space game, and I've shown it to you a couple times.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
It's
really
interesting.
interesting.
It's a spaceship blaster pirate game, or it can be a space trucker simulator. Because you can have like a cargo ship, or a bounty hunter, or chauffeur, mercenary. It's a fun game, but it's like people in that game, like one of the prominent politicians or a couple of the prominent politicians in the game are like 80, 90 years old and look like they're in their late 20s.
Yeah.
But they have they go across the galaxy, just doing all these different jobs and stuff in the game.
And that's kind of the reason, like in that show, that's why they kind of started doing all this.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But there is a cap on what humanity can do.
I don't know.
Like it's not unlimited, unfortunately.
It was It was really interesting to watch because everybody was basically extremely debased.
Yeah.
Like they were just like, all right, we're just gonna have sex with everything, and they had what do you call it?
So it was like ancient Greece in the future, basically.
They had like brothels, like where you go like murder people.
Murder
it was crazy. Dude. It was weird. Like it was super weird. I was like, well, I guess. So that was the thing.
What movie?
Alter Carbon.
It's on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
I haven't either until this.
It's interesting.
That sounds neat. I'll have to watch some of it then.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. But I just thought some of the concepts were that was kind of
the concepts. I'm really into concepts. That's why I really enjoyed Alien Covenant, but for me the movie was just okay.
Yeah,
because it was like, I don't really care the gore. I figured it out, and we talked
and that
about
was kind of the big part with this. Like it's just over, which it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, we figured this out like a week ago. Probably is like human gore is like too much, which is why I can't watch the Saw movies. But if I'm playing Doom, I can just like rip and tear zombies and demons and aliens.
Devils.
Yeah, it's like that's no problem. And you've played Doom. Doom is really graphic, but it's awesome because it's a fun time. But like when it comes to humans like getting injured, I can't deal. Like I had to pause Prometheus like 3 times, but in Alien Covenant I had to pause it midway.
It's not even that bad.
It's not even that bad.
Relatively.
Tell that to
other
me.
Things.
Well, yeah, relative to other things, but
bad,
tell that to me when I got white faced from watching everybody get eaten from Alien.
Fair.
An alien was eating people.
Fair.
No thanks, not for me.
But yeah, I would definitely suggest to give it a watch.
And
I really want to read the books. I definitely plan on reading.
How many books are there?
These 3 or 4. 3 or 4. The first one is about he's struggling with this burrito over here. It's coming unraveled. I'm really just entertained by watching you with this burrito. I don't know why. Good job. All right, finally got it. All right, made it to the mouth.
We're all proud of Andrew.
Very proud. He salutes us with this burrito.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. But yeah, so that was that. Pretty much that.
That's really neat. We're getting philosophical while also remaining goofy on the program. What else television? Black Mirror got renewed for season.
I saw that.
5? Is that what it is?
5, yeah.
Season 4 is really good. Season 4
really
was the best one out of the 3 so far.
Go watch that episode if you haven't seen it. Listen to it.
Whichever one.
Don't watch it.
There's no video for that one. You can't watch
screen.
it. It is just a black screen.
Black.
A black
Green.
mirror.
Not a mirror.
Let's see what else is happening in the world. We haven't heard anything about the Disney streaming service yet.
No, they've announced a little bit, but not.
They haven't really done.
Not anything big. When's it supposed to?
They have the money for it now.
They've had the money for it
they've had the money for it since 2000.
200 years.
1960.
Yeah, since 1960. Ever heard of Disney World?
Ever heard of Waldo Wombat? Their mascot? Sure.
Waldo Wombat is a Disney mascot?
Yeah, in Australia.
Down
under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How come we haven't heard anything about it? You know?
Well, he's a wombat.
Well, not that, Ethan. How come we haven't heard anything about the streaming service? Because they said like
I don't know. That's what I'm kind of
last
curious
year
about.
that they're like there's more is coming. They haven't said anything about it.
I'm really curious to see.
Let's see what else is on the topic. On the topic for today's program.
Trying to see what I found this list of top grossing movies.
What about in the
that
Incredibles
takes
2 movie?
into account inflation.
Gone with the Wind is the
Wind
top
is
one.
number one,
Yeah,
followed by Star Wars, the original one.
original Star
Sound of
Wars.
Music number 3.
You know,
Hate that movie.
I haven't seen it.
E.T. number 4.
E.T. is really good.
Titanic number 5.
Well, the only reason they started counting like how much movies gross total is because of Titanic.
Yeah. 10 Commandments number 6.
Oh, with Charlton Heston?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
surprisingly, a good movie.
Jaws.
Number 7.
Yep.
Dr. Zhivago.
Dr. Zihago.
Zihivago. Number 8.
Yeah.
The Exorcist number 9.
Silence of the Exorcist.
It's a good movie. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs number 10.
Snow White, Seven Dwarfs, like the original 1939 one or 37 one,
Yeah.
whatever year it is.
Equivalent of $1 billion today.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting.
That is interesting.
That was from January.
Of this year?
Yes.
So before
The article was
Black
from
Panther.
CBS. Yeah.
Big fan of their Star Trek
Apparently-
series, but not a fan of their All Access program.
Black
Their
Panther.
All Access program. Wait, so let me tell you guys this one. Let me tell this on the podcast.
Black Panther is the highest grossing superhero movie now.
It beat the Avengers
Past The Dark Knight.
and Dark Knight. Wow, that's
As
impressive.
of 5 hours ago.
Big fan of Black Panther. Black Panther was really good. I enjoyed it.
Interesting.
So I went to cancel CBS All Access finally because it renewed today on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Star Trek, which got renewed for season 2. Listen to the last episode to hear about that. It got renewed for season 2.
When does the new season start?
I think they're doing filming right now, but I think it starts maybe late this year or early next year, 2019, maybe. But it was, or whenever I went to cancel it, I was like, you know what? I have to cancel it now. I'm going to forget later on. I went to cancel it.
Yeah, that was HBO. I let it go for like 6 months. Like I mean, I watched stuff on
Was
it.
it like $60 or like
no,
$10
that's
a
way
month?
more than that. It's like $15 a month. So it's
Oh
like
Lord!
$80.
CBS All
I
Access
don't
is
know.
$10 for the ad free.
90? I guess it'd be $90. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
That $90.
I mean, I watched several movies. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I made
Yeah.
use of it, but I was like,
So I was like, you know what? I've seen all the Star Treks. I'm not going to rewatch any of them. They're good, but I'm not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Not $10 for all of them again to rewatch.
Right.
Good. But I was ready to cancel it. I was like, all right, we're going to go onto Chrome, which I watch it on normally. Then I cast it from Chrome to my television, to my Chromecast at home. I was like, all right, ready to cancel it.
what do you cast it with? Your fishing rod?
With my reel and rod, my internet reel and rod. And I went to the account page where you cancel it, and it's like press here to cancel. I'm like, all right, cool, cancel. Takes me to the page, and it's like, are you sure you want to cancel? What's the reason? I say the reason is other Star Trek season 2. I only watched Star Trek on this. There's no point in me renewing it. Season 2 doesn't come out until later on this year. I'm not paying for the service in between them. It's like, all right, we hate to see you go. Click here to read the terms of service or whatever, or to reread the terms of service to make sure that you understand it. I said, all right. I clicked I understand and clicked cancel.
Did you understand?
I did understand. I
Did
actually
you
read
understand?
it.
Did you
I
read
read
it?
it.
Did you
It
read it
wasn't
all?
that long. It was like a paragraph long. I was like,
That's
I
actually really short.
was like, well, I can read this.
Comparatively.
It just said that. It said, you understand that this month is you can still watch until the very end.
Yeah,
day.
it gives you like that.
Basically, that's all it said.
Hey, we're cutting you off here on there.
We're cutting you off this day. You can watch up until midnight the 11th. And I said, all right, cool. I press cancel, and nothing happens. Like, all right.
So here's how this works. We're keeping your money.
Maybe I just didn't press the button correctly. There's only so many ways you can press a button.
I didn't click this button enough.
Hard enough on a computer. Click the button again. Nothing shows up. Page is still on. You confirm that you want to cancel? I'm like, yep. Click the yes, and I click cancel. Nothing happens. What are you doing? Whatever. Nothing happens, and I'm like, all right. Let's inspect the JavaScript. Because you can do that on Chrome. You can see if the JavaScript is working or not working or whatever. You can go through and read it. I right-click on the cancel button and then click it over to a new window and look at the script or whatever. I'm like, all right, what's the problem here? It says that the script is not working. I'm like, all right. CBS is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You think they'd have their cancel subscription button working?
You know what that means if the script's not working?
What?
That's another writer's strike.
It is a writer strike, Ethan. It's a programming writer strike. So I'm like, all right, let's open it in Microsoft Edge.
Oh,
No one
how
uses-
low we have sunk. How low
No one uses
we have
Microsoft
sunk.
Edge for anything, so I'm like, you know what? We're just going to go on ahead and get Microsoft Edge working. I don't know what those two are up to. I'm like, let's just open up Microsoft Edge, right-click on the CBS.com page, re-sign in to everything, go through all the stuff.
Read it again.
Yeah, read it again. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm ready to cancel. Press the button. Nothing happens.
So,
So what I do is
what's happened, Elisha, is ABC, CBAB,
CBAB,
QPN.
kebab.
Yes,
It's like kebab.
they
except for
have
CBS.
decided they're going to keep your money.
Well, at this point, it's like if there's something wrong, you can just press the button here to call this number. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to do that if it doesn't work this time. I refresh the page, I press cancel, and it cancels. And it's like, we hate to see you go. And I'm like, well, I hate to have to use your garbage JavaScript.
I hate to see that you tried to keep me against my will.
Even then, the actual buttons on the page were like the cancel subscription button is like really, really small and like barely colored. It's like gray on a white background. And the not cancel button is this big blue button that says cancel. And next to it says cancel subscription. So if you press on cancel, it's going to take you back to the beginning page where it's like you can look at your account.
It's like, are you sure you don't want to cancel me, or what are you doing?
It was dumb. It took like 30
Sounds like
minutes
a
to
really
cancel.
terrible design.
It was. It was the stupidest thing, but it was really funny hearing it afterwards. You're like, I know what's going on here. It's like it's kind of like it reminded me a lot. It reminded me a lot of Gatlinburg, where you would go to certain stores. Listen. Where you go to certain stores.
Curious where this is going.
Yeah, you'll love it. You go to certain stores and you only use a debit card or checks or whatever, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to pay for dinner or whatever. We went to the Pancake Barn, for example, and pull out debit card. Oh, we don't take card. All right, I don't carry cash. So how do you want to work this out? She points literally like 5 feet over. There's an ATM inside the Pancake Barn.
That's what I don't
the Pancake Wagon.
I don't understand.
You know how much the service charge is for an ATM use? 5% in Gatlinburg. So fortunately, I had backup cash that I always carry with me, right? And I'm like, it was $20. I'm like, this is perfect because dinner was $14. I'm like, all right, good. Not today.
No bamboozling this boy.
Whoever the bank up there is that is trying to see my cash. Get 5%. So if it was $14, it would have been like $18.
I also don't understand. Like those card readers are so inexpensive.
Just use a debit card.
It's like 1 or 2%. Like
this episode is titled "Elisha Gets Angry" on the Third Opinion Podcast.
The next one will be Elisha apologizes to Ethan again.
I just don't. That is definitely they're getting a kickback for them using their ATM
They have
inside.
to, yeah.
They are. That's just how that works. But that reminded me a lot of when I was doing the
They're getting 2.5 of that percent.
It was like 5 in this place. It was a lot. It was a lot.
But they're not getting the whole 5.
That friend Trevor, friend of the show Trevor, that he had to do because he didn't have any cash.
Little boy Trevor.
So Trevor got scammed.
He got swindled.
He got swindled.
Hoodwinked.
By the city of Gatlinburg.
Duped.
Count me as okay on Gatlinburg. City of Gatlinburg.
I mean, it's all right.
It's all right. I'm too old for it.
It's a good time, but I mean, once you've been like 12 times,
Once you've been
there's no reason to go
time.
again.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go again.
But that happened, and it was really goofy. And then the CBS All Access thing happened. I was like, you know what? This reminds me a lot of Gatlinburg, where it's probably poor design and them not wanting to fix it as opposed to definitely some kickback for using their ATMs. I tell you what, Ethan, me getting older, not a fan of scamming. Why can't people just calm down and relax? One wonders.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shkreli.
Oh, Martin Shkreli.
7 years.
7 years in prison.
How about that?
It can be up to 40. I think it can be up to 40 years.
I'm pretty
prison.
sure he got the light diaper sentence.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. Even then, like he crazy enraged
So what?
the judge.
What I don't understand it. So what was he exactly charged with? Was it
He was a Ponzi scheme.
was it the pricing?
Basically no, the pricing, they don't care. The government
So the gouging wasn't. So
The gouging
because
is
apparently
not.
I missed.
That's
apparently
legal.
I missed this pricing. Apparently I missed this Ponzi scheme.
It was like $13 for a normal
No, right?
pill or
Yeah.
whatever, and then he cranked up like 748.
Yeah. That, which I think is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
So
and it
what was
should
he
be
actually
illegal.
charged with?
It should be illegal, but it's not. He was charged with a Ponzi scheme, basically.
Was it like an investment kind of thing?
Yes,
like
yeah,
for
yeah.
research.
He
or something?
he went in, not for research, for him, basically for him, and then also for his companies. He basically, and this might not be 100% accurate, and I'll put some links to what all happened.
I did
in the
find
video
it really
list.
funny that he now has to release the Wu-Tang Clan tape.
Oh man, I don't think he has it anymore. I think he sold it.
That's what I'm saying. Like he had to get rid of it.
I think
I think it was part of the like it was part of all this if I remember right.
And how do you put a price on something like that?
Really funny.
Right, a one of a kind
know.
album that people maybe not.
It's I mean
not be
it's
listened to?
at that point it's really buyers. It's
That are
whatever the
into
buyer's willing to pay.
Yeah, he also had like
Because it's like that card that I told you that I have for it. It's one of 50.
yeah.
You know, like it's whatever
Whatever
people
are
willing to play.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
which it's worth a decent amount. So.
So a Ponzi scheme. So what he did was he went to investors and said,
A Fonzie scheme?
"A Ponzi."
Hey!
Somebody touching my hey. So he went to investors and said, "I have this much money," which he didn't. "I have this much money for this kind of company. This company's worth this much. If we had more, we can return the investment, double, triple the investment." Right? That's what he went to like 4 different companies / investors
And got the same
did that.
amount, I guess.
He got the same amount and then doubled their return after a certain amount of time. But he basically lied about how much he already had. It's almost a textbook definition of Ponzi scheme.
No, yeah,
that he
like
did.
that's.
But yeah, he got 7 years in federal prison.
That's interesting.
He's going to go to the rich man prison, but it still is 7 years in prison.
He'll only have He'll only have a queen bed.
If he behaves, he's going to get out sooner. But
I'm sure, yeah.
he's going to play tennis.
Yeah,
he's
he'll
gonna play tennis in
have.
prison.
He'll eat a lobster thermidor
Lobster biscuit.
by the toilet pool.
Yeah, have shrimp for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh man, prison sucks.
Marble columns.
How much money did he have to actually forfeit to the government?
I don't know. I'm sure it was quite a bit. I'm sure he's probably
7
not
million?
broke still.
6 point something? No, he still definitely has a lot of money.
No, I'm sure it's more than that.
11 million?
I'm sure it's more than that.
Find out how much it is real fast, and then we're going to close the show.
Martin
Close the
Shkreli.
program. It was a lot. I do know it was a good chunk. It is really funny though. Hey, life comes at you fast. We can title this episode that "Life Comes at You Fast" on the Third Opinion Podcast. On this episode 28 of the Third Opinion Podcast.
I like how he's called the farmer.
He
bro.
is called Farmer Bro, and I don't understand where that
10.
where that came from.
He defrauded them of $10 million,
You used to do lobster.
which really
should do live
isn't
streams.
that much
in the scheme of things.
in this scheme.
But scamming rich
Some
people
things.
is a bigger offense than scamming poor people, and that's why
Apparently.
that's why it's legal to raise the price of a drug like that. It doesn't matter. It's not the only person it affects is the poor, Ethan. Because if you're rich, what's $784 for one thing? If you're rich, right?
Right.
Insurance wouldn't cover those either.
No.
I looked into it.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But you know what isn't ridiculous, Ethan?
Our sponsor, Elisha.
Our sponsor of this episode, if I can find it, hold on. Probably should have this ready. The sponsor and radio underwriter of this Third Opinion Podcast episode is Somewhere Liquors. Ethan, have you heard of them?
Where are they, Elisha?
They're located in the Plaza Shopping Center across the street from Citizens Tri-County Bank.
I know that place. That's convenient.
It is convenient. Their physical address is 1100 Smithville Highway, Suite 137 in McMinnville, Tennessee.
What do they have, Elisha?
They have a walk-in beer cave.
What do they have, Elisha?
They have a wide selection of bourbons, whiskeys, vodkas, tequilas, and more. They're also McMinnville's first liquor store. Historic. Very important.
Very.
Their business hours are 8 through 10 Monday through Thursday and 8 to 11 Friday and Saturday.
On that convenient note.
On that convenient note, we appreciate your sponsorship and radio underwriters.
And your listening ears.
Ethan, that was a fun episode.
That was a fun episode.
That we have just did.
We did an episode we did, and we just went one.
Like our Facebook page, please. We beg you.
Don't smell us if you walk beside us.
I don't see what that has to do with the Facebook.
It has everything to do with it, Elisha.
If you say so. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Ooh.
We're at like 11 subscribers.
We had 8 watchers on last week's video.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
We did.
Pretty good.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
See you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's good. That's what time. Good time.
You done?
Yeah. Are you done?
How do I turn off recording?
Just that red button on the side that says record.
No, that was gonna break.
That's the. No, not.
I understand why you.